Well, I never minded that very much, to be honest. We help the Philippines very much. We help them defeat ISIS. I get along. Actually, I have a very good relationship there, but I really don't mind if they would like to do that. That's fine. We'll save a lot of money. You know, my views are different than other people. I view it as, thank you very much, we save a lot of money.
We begin tonight with U.S. President Donald Trump shrugging off Manila's unilateral scrapping of the two-decade-old visiting forces agreement. For all of President Duterte's indignant justification for the move, Trump merely said he really doesn't mind. It will save the Pentagon a lot of money, the American president said. In a White House interview a day after U.S. receipt of the termination notice, Trump mentioned his very good relationship with President Rodrigo Duterte, recalling the time when U.S. troops helped his government out against ISIS extremists in Mindanao. Trump's nonchalance on the VFA's abrogation, however, runs counter to the dire warnings of his senior defense officials. On Tuesday, Defense Secretary Mark Esper expressed surprise over the sudden cancellation of the military pact, calling the unfortunate decision a move in the wrong direction. Admiral Philip Davidson, Washington's top commanding officer in the Asia-Pacific, said ending the VFA would hurt counterterrorism and anti-separatist efforts in the country's south, and he expressed hope that President Duterte would reconsider his decision. Presidential spokesman Salvador Panelo welcomed Trump's statement, going so far as to say that maybe the U.S. chief executive agrees with the president's desire for the country's military to be more independent.
Then he's welcome. If he said that, how can we be more populist than the Pope? Maybe he agrees with the position of the president that it is time that we stand on our own resources and defend our country from enemies of the state by ourselves.
While there are debates about how the VFA termination will play out, UK-based Fitch Solutions says a complete breakdown of Philippine-US relations is not likely. Fitch sees military relations between Manila and Washington continuing, especially with accords still in place. In particular, there remains the long-standing Mutual Defense Treaty and the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. Fitch also expects President Duterte to seek stronger diplomatic ties with China and Russia over the remainder of his term as he pivots away from the U.S. But souring ties between Manila and Washington could be rejuvenated come 2022, depending on who will succeed Duterte and Trump. Fitch adds closer ties with Russia and China could also still fade, depending on how courted funding and assistance from the two countries actually materialize. In the meantime, there will be a 180-day window before the VFA is actually terminated. So joint military exercises between the U.S. and the Philippines, such as the Balikatan, would still push through. But Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana says the Americans will be free to opt out anytime. Once the VFA termination is final, he said, Balikatan exercises too will cease.